Hello, Feuzion Nation. My name is Alex Hughes here live from Boston, Massachusetts, and I'm sitting here with Dan Luciano, and we're going to talk about the New York Knicks today. And I want to say thank you for joining us, for whoever is joining us. So, Dan, what are your thoughts about the new Knicks equations this offseason?
First of all, as a Knicks fan, I'm really excited. We're gonna find something to be excited about. We got Courtney Lee, Derrick Rose, and Joakim Noah. Derrick Rose is a former MVP. I think he's great. I think he had some freak injuries last season, and I think that was unfair to him, kind of, for anyone to assess his stats. So I think it's going to be a big pickup. I think he'll really change the Knicks and bring them around. I think Courtney Lee is a great signing, and we have him for 4 years. He's a two-way player, which we need that defensive play. And he's a great three-point shooter. I think he shoots for something like 40%. And Joakim Noah is the one I'm a little skeptical of. I think he used to be one of the greatest centers in the league. He's got a great passing range like no other center and big man. But his injuries are something I'm kind of nervous about. He just has had a history of injuries, and I don't think he's played a full season in the past 4 seasons. So that's the only kind of question mark, I think, when it comes to the season.
Mm-hmm. And do you have any other concerns about the other equations?
Well, Derrick Rose obviously is an injury-plagued player. New York City is a big market, so there's a lot of pressure. I think Joakim Noah can handle it. I think the Knicks fans are going to eat him up because he just brings that energy, brings that fire. He's such a playoff guy. But I think injuries is the big thing. I think if we stay healthy, we have an unbelievable starting five. I really do think we can contend with any of the teams in the East. Obviously, the Warriors are in their own bracket, but I really do think that we're a real playoff contender this year.
Yeah, and what do you think about Carmelo Anthony's mindset going into this season?
I think Carmelo finally has something to be excited about when it comes to the Knicks. I think he's really excited about his other 4 players. I think Phil Jackson kind of got Melo's back a bit when it came to actually getting players that he could play with. I think we're as Knicks fans, have to appreciate Melo is a former scoring title player. That's something substantial. So if you look around him, Porzingis, a rising star who did amazing in his first season, was second in Rookie of the Year voting. And this is a real season to be something excited about, and they all seem so motivated and kind of on the same page.
Okay, Dan, I want to say thank you for joining me on today's show. And he's a counselor. I am attending a 2-week sports broadcasting camp here in Boston, Massachusetts at Dean College, and he's one of the counselors here. And I want to say thanks again for joining me, and thank you, Feuzion Nation, for joining me on this live Sports Fusion episode. Join me on the next show coming up very shortly. Thank you, Feuzion Nation. I will see you later. Thanks for watching.